Hello everyone, this is Kid Dix. Coming up on the Pro Wrestling Show this week, man oh man, what a show we have for you. On the Raw Ring Report this week, Bray Wyatt continues to play mind games as usual, as he normally does on Universal Champion Seth Rollins before their epic battle at Hell in the Cell. In the cell for the Universal title, could Seth overcome his fears and beat this monster? On the SmackDown report, SmackDown leaving last night on USA and then leaving preparing for Fox. You gotta see the camera angles and stuff like that, getting themselves ready for Fox. And on Hot Topics, man oh man, Lacey Evans versus Canada. The Sassy Southern Belle gets a ticket that she went crazy about. And Impact Wrestling moves to a new night and a new time slot. You won't believe what, as Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Welcome again to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Kid Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. But first and first, subscribe. Tell a friend, call a friend, subscribe. We love it here on the Pro Wrestling Show when you subscribe. Thank you all, and we truly appreciate you. We are the wrestling content. We're just a fairly new show. Well, we've been a show, but we're fairly new to the pro wrestling scene. And thank you for your subscription. Thank you all. All right, let's get to the Raw Ring Report. All right, on the Raw Ring Report this week, Universal Champion Seth Rollins kicked the show off. We're trying to say that he's tired of these mind games with Bray Wyatt playing. At last week's fallout, when Kane was the victim of the Fiend, and the Fiend target Seth and looked at Seth and didn't touch him and then flinched. But the Fiend, wow, the Fiend wants Seth Rollins to tie and wants Seth Rollins to let him in. Braun Strowman, the Monster Among Man, came out there and called out Seth Rollins and wanted to challenge to a match and called the Fiend a Mr. Rogers wannabe. And issued the challenge for the challenge was made later on tonight, being official. So we had that match in their talking point. Also, Anderson Gallows, the OC with AJ Styles, United States champion, in the OC's corner against the Viking Raiders. Wow, it was back and forth, heavy heart, hitting action. You couldn't expect more. But at the end, the Viking Raiders win the match. These tag team, you had to wonder, like, is one of these teams gonna be in contention for the tag team titles against Rude and Ziggler? Who knows? You know, that was a great match. Also, my co-interviewed Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch by her match with Sasha Banks at Hell in the Cell for the women's title, and how important it was for Becky that she wants to shut up Sasha after Sasha won the rematch, but Becky won in the cell, so it's going to be happening in the cell. Now, Michael asked Becky Lynch, you know, the effects of being in the cell. Has she ever thought about, you know, Sasha had an advantage being in the cell than her? And Becky Lynch said she just want to rip Sasha limb to limb apart, and she gets to do so at Hell in the Cell. We'll have that Hell in the Cell in the menu preview show where it'll be the Hell in the Cell predict the outcome in under 2 weeks. So look out for them. Look at store for that. For the Pro Wrestling Show will be dedicating that Hell in the Cell for that whole show for Hell in the Cell stuff. Also, Rusev, the returning Rusev, returns and easily defeats EC3. Oh man, they just jobbing EC3 out to the pasture. It was nothing but Rusev with a kick, the avalanche, and got won by submission. So I think they just ain't doing no EC3, and it's like I like him and Rusev, but if you're gonna build them two to fight each other, have win some, lose some, you know how they go. You know, you got to put your own star that you made, then somebody else that came that was your own star, and now they come back as a proven commodity, and it's like just wasting him to the pastures. I'm just telling you right now. Also, former Sasha Banks, the former Raw Women's Champion, former Tag Team Champion, went against current Tag Team Women's Champion Nikki Cross with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross corner, and Banks with Bayley and Tag, the SmackDown Women's Champion, in her corner. Match was good, ran, and aggressive. Nothing more than what you expect for the women's division. But at the end, Sasha Banks won with the bank statement and got one with the submission. And then she attacked Alexa Bliss and put the bank statement on Alexa Bliss. And so next week on Raw is going to be Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss one-on-one. It's like they trying to demote the tag team champions and be a job to Sasha, making her look good, which they're supposed to. And the tag team champions trying to make them look weak. So, yeah, what it is on that. Also, the Street Profit gave a rundown to Brock Lesnar return to Raw. Also, Rich Boy Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan will appear, and they will be guests on Miz TV with the Miz. So, hey, the Miz came and plugged. He had his second daughter. So, congratulations, award to the Miz and Maurice having their second daughter. So, congratulations. Also, Carmella done the unthinkable. She wins the 24/7 championship after telling R-Truth that she don't want to do these shenanigans no more. But she pinned R-Truth, and R-Truth was shocked, but he was happy, relieved, I think. And they ran off with the 24/7 championship. I think it would have been easier if R-Truth would have just passed the championship or something. And there should be a new rule. Hey, it worked with Mike and Maria when Mike was trying to, and Maria got, how they had. All right. And now the women trying to follow Carmella in tow. Also, the newly crowned King of the Ring, Baron Corbin, who proclaimed himself a King Corbin, went against Chad Gable in a King of the Ring rematch. Match was solid, steady, and stuff. It makes you think about Chad Gable being the next Kurt Angle. He has the tools of trade. He has the resume. And, I guess people are just like using that short gimmick, but Chad Gable can get the job done. You don't make no mistake about it. So, I would say just look out for Chad Gable down in the near future with what he gonna bring down the road. But he lost to King Corbin, and King Corbin was his new rogue gimmick, like he's the lone wolf king with the black. And I guess that's his new gimmick, so he had to work with that and stuff like that. And then also at the end was the main event where Universal Champion Seth Rollins went against Braun Strowman in a rematch from their class of champions. And it was non-title. But at the end, Braun tried to pin Seth, but the distraction by the Fiend went and attacked Braun Strowman and put that man McClellan on Strowman. Strowman was power out, and then Strowman got back up for a minute, and the Fiend looked at Seth, and the Fiend went and striked again and attacked Braun and put him out his misery. So Braun Strowman, now the latest victim of the Fiend, being sacrificed by the Fiend. Now I'm wondering, like I said last week, why haven't the Undertaker and Stone Cold didn't say no to the Fiend? And one of them should have been, both of them should have been able. But you know how they go, politics and wrestling. Get you somewhere, get you nowhere. But that's how it be sometimes. All right, that is the Raw Ring Report. Also, I meant to say also, Natalya went against, Lacey Evans went against Ember Moon. I meant to say that. She went against Ember Moon, and Ember Moon trying to showcase that she want to go back. It's just like all these superstars coming back and forth to Raw. Ember Moon with Lacey Evans. Ember Moon lost Lacey Evans and got put by the sharpshooter. So Lacey Evans in the midst of Natalya that she's trying to put the sharpshooter on anybody, and then Natalya responds like, "Hey, we'll see by then in the match." So I don't know if they're gonna have one next week or whenever. It'll be intriguing to see. And then also Rey Mysterio wins the Fatal 5-Way. He wins against Ricochet, AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, and Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion. I'm wondering why the Intercontinental Champion on Raw, and he's supposed to be exclusive to SmackDown. Is they testing Shinsuke might move over back to Raw? Is they testing those waters again? That's what legally they do. But Rey Mysterio wins over Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode, biggest match for him. It was a big, and I was impressed by Bobby Roode. And WWE finally realized that Bobby Roode is an impact player. He wants to be in the main event scene. Bobby Roode, don't be surprised. In a couple of weeks, a couple of months, Bobby Roode gonna be in the top of conversation in that Universal Championship picture. So Bobby Roode did good. AJ did good. A lot of the TNA guys stepping up. Samoa Joe. They got to work on EC3 now. They're getting back on the road. All right. That officially ends the Raw Ring Report. All right. Let's move on to the SmackDown Ring Report. And SmackDown kicked off with new camera angles, new camera techniques. Now, I'm telling you why I'm saying why they're doing all this. Because they're prepping for Fox, because there's something that Fox do. That was something Fox don't do on the NFL, but Fox does it on certain levels. So they want to try this new radiant camera levels and camera angles to see if it works. And, back and forth and stuff like that. But it was more, it tell you like a more film quality graded that you can tell they're trying to move the last show on USA NBC to over to Fox, where it's going to look more like a feature film in more ways than one. Like you watching the film and you see all that, that's what it's going to look like. And like I saw that from the jump. And it started with Rowan. They saw Eric Rowan. He came out there and he talked about Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and they let him cut a promo. Eric Rowan, I guess they saying, hey, you want to do it? Let him do it. And Rowan did. And with Daniel, he went. Daniel Bryan came out there and challenged him to a match, and the match was accepted. And them two went out. It was like student versus teacher. And at the end, the student won with Rowan's old buddy Harper coming out there to even the odds. And Roman Reigns came out there to even the odds for Daniel Bryan, which we thought. But at the end, Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns issued a challenge that they won a match against the Bludgeon Brothers at Hell in a Cell, and the match was granted. So we're going to see this match between the Bludgeon Brothers versus Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. Also, WWE Champion Kofi Kingston did an interview with Michael Cole. He sat down with Michael Cole and talked about his upcoming match against Brock Lesnar and what to be warned about, because Brock Lesnar had been on SmackDown nearly 15 years after the first run, and now Lesnar wants to be WWE Champion after he couldn't get the job done with Seth Rollins on Raw. He did, and then he lost it again. So now Brock looking to feast of fame on Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston said that he wants to be a champion for the people. But, we'll see, because SmackDown wants to draw, and they want the ratings, and SmackDown, for our Fox executives are hoping that SmackDown, do with that, with Brock Lesnar and Kofi Kingston. But we know what the outcome going to be, but, we ain't going to say what the outcome will be. We'll let you out there, tell us what you think. Leave comments and stuff. Also, Chad Gable made quick work on Mike Kanellis, and the Kanellis said more short jokes about him. Didn't take too lightly on that, and Chad Gable put quick work on him. So Chad Gable looking to become an impact player in WWE, probably on SmackDown, and move to Fox. Also, women's tag team action as Sasha Banks, the Boss Hood connection of her and Bayley, teamed up against Charlotte and Carmella, who come on the new 24/7 champion. Carmella took the loss for the team, but Charlotte was standing there looking, didn't even try to save her. So we don't know if Charlotte tweeted her or what. But Sasha Banks and Bayley on the roll. We'll see will this all escalate going forward. Also, Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura went against Ali, and Sami Zayn was in Nakamura's corner, and Ali lost to Nakamura. So we don't know what's going on. I think like a couple months ago, Ali was winning, and now Nakamura winning. It's just, like lame duck booking. Like they trying to get this out the way so they can move to Fox and say, let's just give them a show and give them a show for them to do. All right. And the New Day, the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions, went against the B Team, and they defeat the B Team, look for their sights against the Revival, who are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So, and they have nothing for the Revival. There's been a lot of word, but the Revival has yet to sign their contract, so we don't know what the Revival is going to do going forward yet. And finally, Shane McMahon invites Kevin Owens to the show and talk about he wants him to drop the lawsuit and pay the fine. But Kevin Owens refused, and Kevin Owens said found a solution with Shane McMahon and his lawyers were concocting. And Kevin Owens said, you know what? Let's put both our faces up there. And we know what he meant by the up the ceiling. And said that he'll put his career on the line. Shane McMahon puts his career on the line. So now, Kevin Owens, if he wins, he gets reinstated, and Shane McMahon gets fired from WWE. He must leave WWE. But if Shane McMahon wins, Kevin Owens will stay fired and pay them $100,000. So it's a win-win, and it's going to happen on SmackDown on Fox that Friday. Well, it's going to be an intriguing match to see the real. All right, that is the SmackDown Ring Report. When we return, we're going to talk about Impact Wrestling moving to a new night. When we talk about they moving to Exodus, but they move on a new night to replace a certain wrestling night to fill in that void. And also, Lacey Evans has a problem with Canadian mountains. You won't believe it. Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone. Before we even head to our commercial break, this is Kid Juice for your pro wrestling show on the news, on the go. All right, everyone's talking about Sasha Banks doing a Twitter post that she can't wait to be. This is the greatest match she's gonna ever face on Raw on the season premiere against Alexa Bliss. But Seth Rollins, Universal Champion, tend to mock Sasha with his own match that he's having on the season premiere when he has his title defense against Rey Mysterio. Well, you know how that goes. When you're trying to mock somebody, troll somebody, you want to make light and make fun of it. So I guess Seth was doing this pay for fun. He was just being spiteful. You know, knowing that. Also, plus, congratulations order to Russo. Russo had earned his citizenship. So Russo a dual citizen in the U.S. and Bulgaria. So congratulations order to Russo. Also, congratulations order to Miz and Maurice. Welcome a daughter, their second daughter, they had this past week. Congratulations to the lovely It couple. And do you know that Fox and SmackDown will collide next week when SmackDown premiere on Fox for the debut show? Well, a lot of the Fox personalities are not taking keen of with Fox and stuff like that. But they made mention, one of the commentators made mention about Rey Mysterio. Watch this.
He's here. Look at him. He's in his mask. It's like a luchador. This is like a Nacho Libre.
All right, you saw right there Rey Mysterio being called Nacho Libre. So hey, Rey kind of like, you know what? Hey, it's just a promotional game for us. And also Titus O'Neil was on Fox this week during a college football game. Watch this.
Pretty good company when you get to hang with WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The big news, Titus, SmackDown making the move to Fox starting Friday, October 4th. What can fans who may not be familiar with WWE expect?
They can expect a lot of what they're watching right now. Just fun atmosphere, some of the greatest entertainment, all of entertainment, which has made WWE SmackDown the second longest running episodic television show in the history of television. And there's two global brands, Fox Sports and Fox and WWE coming together and to be able to entertain millions and millions of people across the globe. So it's a very exciting time.
Now, you played at Florida, so you know this game. What did playing ball in college help you kind of prepare to be a WWE superstar?
Well, I don't feel like it gets any bigger or better than the passion of college football and WWE fan bases. So for me, it's the transition was easy when it came to dealing with the fan bases. The physical aspect of it and the travel was a little bit of a challenge, but I got accustomed to that now after 10 years of being involved in it. But there's nothing like WWE fan bases or college fan bases or sports fans in general. So to be able to bring those two mixes together on a global platform with Fox and WWE is going to be something amazing for all people, all sports fans and entertainment fans alike.
Welcome to the Fox family. We are excited. Thanks for your time. Scott, back to you.
All right. Yeah, you see right there, WWE promoting the hell out for Fox, and Fox promoting the hell for WWE. So we'll see how everything goes. This wrestling war coming on with new changes coming to the shows this week and new arrivals as well. And you know that Shane McMahon versus who next week. So we'll have this some more stuff.
Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kenny Dix here. Glad you can join us here. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, call a friend, subscribe. Here on Connect TV. Watch the Pro Wrestling Show, your wrestling content show. We love doing here for you, the wrestling lines. We appreciate you. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to Hot Topics. On Hot Topics this week, man, the Sassy Southern Belle Lacey Evans was caught and pulled over for this.
Are you serious right now? That's not a citation, is it?
No, it's a violation ticket for speeding me. It's Lacey, right?
Do you know who I am?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm Lacey Evans, and I do not rate that ticket, so you can go ahead.
Lacey Evans.
WWE superstar, and you should know exactly who I am.
Sorry, ma'am, I don't. And so here's the ticket information on the back.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. So,
you nasty thing. I'll pay the ticket.
Okay, well, have a good day.
Well, don't you have a terrible day, sir. Canada is terrible, and I can't wait to get back.
Welcome to Edmonton.
Oh, you've got to be kidding this nasty.
All right, you saw that Lacey Evans getting pulled over by a Canadian trooper for speeding, and Lacey Evans in character, trying to insult him, and the dude didn't take too lightly of that. So Lacey Evans didn't take too kind of that, and that's why she went on her rant on a car. Act like a lady indeed. All right. Speaking of that, Impact Wrestling announces they're moving to Tuesday nights on X's. Starting October 1st, so that'll be next week. They're going to do a rundown of their pay-per-views, they had thus far, and then it culminates on October 30th with them premiere on Tuesday nights at 8, 7 Central. This is a good time for you since SmackDown moving to Fridays on Fox. Impact said, hey, we want this time slot. It'll work for us. And which they target, because you don't want to go on Wednesday night since AEW and NXT going at each other. Then Raw has its own time slot. Tuesday was SmackDown. Now Impact fills that Tuesday. Thursday, you don't want to go on Thursday because the NFL and then Thursday Night Football. Friday was SmackDown, and then Saturday probably AEW pay-per-view, Ring of Honor, MLW, and then Sunday pay-per-view. So it kind of blends in. So that's good move from Impact, Access, or whatever the name is. Speaking of that, Impact Wrestling loses a key member of their production team as Kevin Sullivan gave his notice to the company, and he may be indicating that he's jumping ship to AEW. Why not? When AEW next week will premiere this October 2nd. Yeah, October 2nd on TNT. So we'll see how this all escalates and stuff like that. So we'll look. Also, Kenny Omega claps back at Donovan Dodgett, and Booker T had his response to this whole scenario. Watch this.
Yeah,
you know Kenny Omega, AEW vice president.
Yes, executive vice president.
Executive vice president, as well as worker. He's a worker as well, right? He's a performer.
He's a wrestler. Yes.
Yeah. So he's got 2 hats that he's wearing around that company, and then he made some disparaging words about the talent on NXT. But then I was reading earlier that that he said that he was talking in character. He didn't really mean that about those guys. A lot of those guys are his friends, and he didn't want to disparage anyone in that way. But my thing is this: do Kenny Omega have the right to actually say that? Perhaps yes. I don't know.
Well, what he said was the people on NXT, they're a bunch of developmental talent.
He said wherever
they'd be the dark match to his main event if they were on the same card.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty harsh words, man. That's pretty harsh words.
But if you're in character, is it okay to say that?
Well, I think if you're in character, it's okay to say
when shouldn't you be in character? When you're talking to a reporter or someone in the media, just say, for instance, TMZ stopped you and they ask you a question. Should you be in character or not?
I don't know. You would be the better person to answer that.
No. I'm asking you from a fan perspective.
I don't know. I mean, the lines are blurred so much today anyway between guys trying to take their storylines on social media and doing interviews like this. The lines are so blurred anyway. So I always take everything as like a half in character, half not. I'm sure somewhere in Kenny Omega's mind and soul, he believed what he said. I think.
Well,
I think that there's a part of him that believes it, and I think that some of it you can say, "Well, hey, I'm playing a character."
Well, let's take it and put it in a different context. Do you really think I believe that I wanted to actually catch Corey Graves in Starbucks?
I don't believe that.
I
don't believe that because I know it too. I know for a fact.
Exactly my point.
I'm able to talk to you.
No, exactly my point. So when working, the masses, you always want to try to stay in character and make it as real as you possibly can to try to create something. So I think Kenny Omega, when saying something like that, being in character and trying to create something and making people believe it, and then for publications like all of the sites pick it up and want to talk about it, hey, I did my job. That's the way I look at it.
Well, he definitely promoted, AEW effectively, but at the same time, I mean, a lot of people who are fans of Kenny Omega, on social media were like, "Hey, man, like you don't have to go there. I mean, you don't have to disrespect somebody else to bring yourself."
No, it's not. He didn't really disrespect anybody.
Well,
he just said,
kind of did.
But when he see those guys, he go, "Man, I'll just play it." Come on, man.
I'm working, brother.
I'm working. That's all I'm doing. I'm just working. What are you talking about? It's a work, and I think
but to say like on our show, you're going to see real stars, not developmental talent. That's what he said. You're going to see smiles on fans' faces, and we're on different planets. You're going to see that right away. You're going to see 10,000 plus arenas sold out.
Hey man, when you're a rock star, man, you got to talk like that. I mean, like this here, man. Just think about it. You got a group 2011, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? You guys getting ready to go, do the Hard Rock Cafe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The place holds, 5,000 people. All right.
Okay.
Are you gonna, get on the radio and say, hey, look, we need 800 people to show up tonight? You're going to say, no, man, we want to build it sold out. We want the fire marshal shutting it down. You got to be able to talk it up is what I'm saying. You got to make it bigger than it actually is.
Right.
And I think this is no different. Same situation.
So if you were a member of the NXT roster, you would take no umbrage with what Kenny Omega said, or would you try to give it right back to him, working back, and be like, hey, you might have this sold out arena, but look what we can do inside the square.
Didn't I tell you, Bradley, didn't I say this is war? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to war, man, that sometimes there's friendly fire. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's casualties in war. You understand what I mean? You know what I mean? So in this situation right here, one shot has been fired across the ball. Okay? So I like that. You know, when one shot get fired across. You know why? Because we might have to fire one back. And the thing is, the one we fire back, it might be bigger. It might be stronger. It might be even faster. Bigger boom. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this right here, man. This war, man, is real. You know what I mean? It's realer than that Rick James concert I went to back in 1980 in the Astrodome. You know what I mean? Concert went to 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Rick, you know, by 1 o'clock in the morning, Rick say, nah, y'all want to keep it going? Y'all want to keep it going? Yeah, Rick say, look, he called to the guy to the side. He came out. He had something. I don't know what it was. He was smoking on it. He said, we're going to roll. We're going to keep this thing rolling. And man, all night long, Rick James tore it up, dog. That's the way it used to be back in the day, man. Hey, guys, stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, Booker T saying, hey, you know, Ken Omega talking about the NXT people are development and they going against developmental folks. That's how they look at it. Yeah, hey, you can beat all developmental people. We'll take you serious. AEW, this they shot next week. We'll see. Speaking of that, Mickey James could be WWE news commentator. Well, a lot of people spot Mickey James being in the WWE commentary booth for main event. So if Mickey James getting a test try on her commentary skills, we'll see. I wonder what Mickey James gonna bring to the table with that. With that. Yeah. With that, for real. But you know, hey, at least you're doing some productive. So hey, still give her that. Well, okay, I guess that does it. Yes, this does it for this week's edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kenny Dick, saying so long, and we'll see you next time here on the Pro Wrestling Show. See you later.